Hi, I'm Ian McClintock, founder of Charity Excellence. This video is about our Charity AI Ready campaign. What we're planning to do is to catalyse the rapid, safe, effective adoption of AI by charities. And I'm going to explain how we're going to do that. AI is our biggest opportunity in decades. Fundraising is in serious difficulties. There are major risks. This is one of the big opportunities for us. Now, accepted generally, it augments capabilities. It enables you to do more than you can do without it. And that's everyone from the fundraising intern through to the chief executive. And it removes what is known as digital debt, admin, the stuff that you don't like doing and that clogs your whole day up. And it frees you up to do a lot more of the stuff that you're really good at and that you do enjoy. These are the two things it does. But how will that impact the charity sector? First, it will enable us to drive impact. We will be able to achieve more simply by having the systems that are there, and we can get more impact without more funding. It will reduce the workload on our extremely hard-pressed staff by removing the administrative work that they don't really like anyway. It will make fundraising more effective and it will increase overall sector fundraising if we do it well. If we can meet people's wishes and needs much, much better, which is what it is offering us, they will be comfortable about giving us more, and that's a good thing. And for the teeny tiny charities, who really haven't got the systems and the tech and the expertise, it will allow them to come in and do fundraising and raise and write bids in a way that they have never been able to do before. So it will be empowering them. And accessibility for us is a really big issue. It's not one I hear talked about, but we focus very much on the small charities, very much on the marginalised groups. People with learning difficulties, English as a second language, poor educational attainment. They're not fundraisers. The volunteers, they're really busy. They find it really difficult. They're brilliant, but they struggle. And we see AI as a way of opening things up and leveling the playing field to give them access to the funding and support that they deserve and that they don't always get. So, an opportunity is one thing, benefit is when you actually deliver it. So, is this really achievable? This is Charity Excellence. Our AI bunnies look after about 50,000 people a year. They can actually cope with up to 120 a minute, 24 hours, 7 days a week. We'll have up to 50,000 charities. We don't actually know. It's somewhere between 50 and 100,000. We don't bother to count any longer. We're growing at a rate of about 3,500 a month. Last month, January 24, it was just about 5,000. And our charities support more than 10 million beneficiaries. That is 15% of the UK population. All credit for that is to the charities delivering that support, not us. However, it's ultimately those people in the front line, the vulnerable individuals, the people who've no food. They're the people that we want to reach. And you can see the reach that that then allows us to deliver. It's all run by me, two AI bunny rabbits, and a budget of 56,000. And that includes my salary. Am I absolutely brilliant? No, I'm not. I'm just another member of the charity sector. My only claim to fame is I'm now so old, I'm probably running out of mistakes to make. But look what AI can do. Look what you can achieve. The whole point of the AI Ready program, we want this for everyone. We want you all to achieve that. But we all know that it comes with very significant and substantial risks. And it is soon going to be embedded in just about everything from your mobile phone to your Excel spreadsheets, your browsers, whatever. It will be there. You will be using it whether you want to or not. You will be using it whether you know you're using it or not. Charity Commission report on AI found that 3% of trustees said that their charity was using AI. That is not true. We have done the same. We have benchmarked it against the digital report and McKinsey and the ONS. It is about 50 to 60%. They may not know it's happening, but it is, and we can't avoid it. So what are the key risks? Well, it's brand new. We've got all our existing systems, we're really good with them, and it's just moved all the goalposts for us. And it is changing extremely rapidly. We don't know where it's going to be going next. The new AI bunny I built, we built them to find funding and corporate support and things for people. It's great, it's fun. And then I started using them, and suddenly it was, oh my God, this thing can review funding bids. We didn't design him to do that. He just does. And there are worrying issues. It's now February 25. President Trump tore up the AI safety guidance issued by President Biden. DeepSeek's come out. I think it's really quite good. It's got human rights issues. It's tied into the Chinese government. But more than that, there are data protection and security patches that it's not really that safe. It's a bit Wild West out there, and it's Wild West for everyone, not just the charity sector. There is a lot of uncertainty around the law. Things like the Online Safety Act are helpful, but in areas like IP, we're still not sure. There is very little regulatory guidance. You cannot go to the Charity Commission, the fundraising regulator, and get it. And there is very little in the way of best practice. We need to design new best practice. The goalposts have moved. Specific problems. We've been talking about digital moat since 2021. We looked at the huge surge in digital fundraising, and it was all going to the huge, very well-resourced, extremely capable large charities. AI is potentially going to accelerate that process. Cancer Research have invested 24 million into digital fundraising. Think of the payback they're looking for from that. There are about 100 super large charities. You can pretty much assume they're all doing it. Think of what that looks like. They already get the bulk of the charity sector income. If they increase that share, it's everyone else who will pay the price. We need to level the playing field. We need to make sure that other people, everyone gets access to this. Trust in charities, I think, will become critical. We need people to trust us to come and use our services. And we need the general public and our donors to trust us to give us the money to fund those services. But if you can't trust that the email arrived or the website you've landed on is actually genuine because there'll be so much in the way of AI scams, if the misinformation is going out and it's misleading people and causing all kinds of problems like that, and if we as charities make a mess of things like data protection and security, and there's major breaches of sensitive information. We'll be reading about that on the front page of the Daily Mail. There is real risk that people could lose trust in us. If that happens, that is a significant price. I think that's something we really do need to work on. And when you look at how well prepared we are for AI, we're not at all. This is our 2024 AI benchmarking survey. The columns are the percentages of charities who rated themselves 1 out of 10. Policies and procedures, 60% rated themselves like that. Everybody's really busy. It's really new. It's not anyone's fault, but we do have to deal with it. And that's what we've built AI ready to try and do. So what is it? Charity excellence system. We have about 12 subsystems in the platform. We're AI ready. As you come in and use it, it's there, it's done. So it's just part of what you do. We're building new AI systems like the new AI Bunny. And we've brought together all of the work that we've been doing since we started building AI in 2022. And then we've created more, and we've got our technology partners supporting us to create all the toolkits and things that people might need, and training. We need training. I've seen people selling training for £400 a time. We need lots of training. We need a wide range of training. We need free training for our people, because what we want to do is to support you in moving forward, dealing with those risks, and beginning to get the benefits that AI could offer all of us. So what is Charity Excellence AI ready? The health system and resources. We're upgrading everything for AI. It will ask you AI check questions. We've got our downloadable policies. If you download any of the policies, ethical fundraising, social media, internal financial controls, they have been modified and updated, and they're ready for AI. We've got an AI policy if you're a small charity and you want it. And then we've got things like the ethics and governance toolkit if you really want to build something bespoke and more sophisticated. Resources, we're uploading more and more AI resources as we create them. You might not be familiar with AI slop. You might not know what deep fakes are or the risks that they present. All of that stuff is being done and it will be ready and it will be available in a format that works for you. And longitudinal data tracking, I'm a data nerd. You wouldn't invite me to a party, trust me. But we are tracking how it's going so that we can begin to shift and veer and then deploy what's needed to support charities in areas we detect any weakness. So looking at the systems we're deploying, we used our sector data store, firstly very successfully in COVID, and then we used it again for the cost of living crisis as predictive analytics. We will build out and we'll expand that and we will deploy it, and that will be used to inform sector level decision making, allowing the sector to deploy the limited resources it has much more effectively, a well recognized problem within the sector. We will grow out our AI services portfolio. We already provide a whole range of services. The new one is Help Finder AI. Charities are really struggling, trusts and foundations. Corporate funding is a big opportunity for charities. Many charities can't get into it. They don't really understand it. So the new AI support service will enable you to find companies to fund you. It will help you with writing agreements and funding bids and reviewing them and all sorts of stuff like that. And CRMs are going to be a big deal with AI in the future. This is where we think the very large charities are all heading. We need to make sure that we level the playing field. I'm currently working with Exquitec, who are a leading global AI consultancy based in Dubai. They're working pro bono. They're doing all of this stuff for us for nothing. And we're trying to design what we're calling a cookie cutter. It's a very simple system. It will do things that the big operators can't, and it will give charities the benefits that they otherwise wouldn't get. And for individuals, we will continue to support them through the website Bunny. And we've created a 6-step program. Trustees, this is your responsibility. And you can't get away from that. But you don't need to turn into a super techie nerd. Think of it as a bit like finance. You have to do finance. You can't afford to get finance wrong. You don't need to be an accountant. You need to ask, is the budget on track? Have we identified the risks? How we manage them? Anyone can do that. AI is similar. You just need to begin to understand how it works and you need to learn the questions. So what we're doing is we're creating resources and systems and training for you. If you want an AI committee, we give you terms of reference. It's in the committee terms of reference resource in Charity Access. If you want to appoint a lead trustee, we've got lead trustee job description for all the different times that trustees do, and now including AI and data. So you can just go in, if you want it, you go in, you take it, you've got it. Risk, really big deal. We have created our own AI risk framework. It has all the risks for society as a whole. And then beside that, it's got the risks for charities themselves. And we also have what I call an AI roadkill toolkit. If you're worried that your charity may not be ready and it may be one of those that are significantly at risk, you go into the AI roadkill toolkit and it'll tell you whether you're AI roadkill or not. And it will tell you what you can do to make sure that you do not become AI roadkill. Security and compliance, it's not really being talked about yet. This is a big, big deal. It is going to become increasingly important. I've produced some stuff around it, around things like cybersecurity. This is getting quite complex, but what we're doing is we're working with our technology partners, and they're going to bring in in-depth expertise that will enable us to translate things and give them to you in a way that will keep you safe. And best practice. We need to decide what best practice is and what it looks like. So we're developing that in our policies and procedures. We're looking at things like safety, best practice in AI deepfakes. It's nasty, nasty stuff. There is a great deal that you can do to stop it. And we need to get that information out to people, and also contracting. They will be coming in and telling you this is a fabulous new system. You have to buy this for me. You can get rid of your your call helpers, and they will tell you all that kind of stuff. No, you need to be very careful. You need to have eyes wide open, caveat emptor. And what we will do is we will help you ask all the necessary questions so that if you do fund it or commission it or buy it, that you will be able to ask the right questions to make sure that what you're getting is fit and appropriate for you and that it's safe. And the Learning Hub. We're all going to have to learn how to use this stuff. And that varies. It could be just you as a trustee. I just need to know about it. Through to, well, actually, my finance team are now using fairly advanced Copilot stuff. I need to know that my finance team is being professionally trained, that they really can do this. Microsoft's got bags of stuff. So we're bringing all this together so you can go and get what you want. And managing change. People are going to be worried about the jobs. I don't think they need to be, but people are going to be worried about the jobs. Am I able to do this? Are we going to be made redundant? What if I can't do the training? So we need to support and help people to move through this. We have one single huge asset in the charity sector, and it's our people. And therefore, we absolutely must make sure that we're looking after them. AI Learning Hub is learning by charity excellence. We will be rolling out a whole series of new AI videos. This is the first one. We've also got work on there from Microsoft and also our technology partners. So we'll give you a bit of everything. And it's all over the place. You get me talking about deepfakes. You will get other people talking about 365 and all the various bits in between, how to use Copilot. We're going to get as much as we can on it. And it's going to be bits of everything. So there'll be webinars, you can turn up and listen to me ranting live. There'll be on-demand videos like you're watching right now, but we're also looking at things like Meet the Expert events. So we'll do this, we'll look at Copilot and finance, and then 2 weeks later, if you want, you can turn up and you can have a session with someone who can answer all your questions and e-learning through the Microsoft platform. You can go in if you want to get on in your career, you want things to put on your CV, fine, we will get them for you. And you can go and do that. So it's about everyone. And it will be everything from the real basics of AI through to system security and compliance when we begin to get a bit geeky, and it may be for people who are a bit more specialist. And what we will also be doing with this is we see things like small infrastructure charities and networks and groups of charities as really powerful because you reach right in to your communities and that you're trusted and that you reach those often tiny, tiny little groups that no one else otherwise could. So we will be offering to deliver training and support systems and things directly to infrastructure charities. No, we're not going to charge you for it because we're not like that. And this is our new little helper. The first of our next generation AI systems. What's going on behind the sunglasses is, trust me, actually really very complex. It was done for us by a senior solutions architect, Exquitec, called Joseph. He's a really nice guy. It took him an hour to explain to me how it works. And we decided that I had to do a quote for the press release. So I said to the bunny, how do you feel about your new role? And this is what he told me. And this is where we're going. He's the first step, but we're going to move all of our digital and AI systems to a single gateway, an AI concierge service. And you can turn up to the gateway as a charity, a non-profit, an individual, and you can say, this is what I need. I've no money, I've got no food. Can you get me help? We're a charity, we need to do this. We've got problems with that. Can you write me a funding bid? Can you find funders? And you just talk to it. The technology to do this already exists. And it'll help all of us. We haven't got the money to do it, but we're going to get there anyway. This is where we intend to take it. I hope you found that interest. Thank you very much for listening.